Okay, you're all set.
Hi, guys. It's Heather Ratcliffe. I'm so excited to be on the call tonight. We have a lot of promotions to announce tonight, and a new diamond in the group that we're going to welcome to the leadership group as well. So Heather Nicholas is going to come on and announce all the promotions for us.
All right. I'm so excited. This is a huge month for the team, and forgive me if I pronounce your name wrong, but I'm going to go through our list here, starting with our brand new executives. We have Mary D. Martiel, Tabitha Robinson, Kaylin Carter, Tiffany Hudgens, and Ashley Stewart. Our brand new rubies are Brandy Poole, Deborah Walker, Kay Hammond, Cassie Campbell. We have a brand new emerald, Tamala Phillips, and of course our brand new diamond with the $10,000 bonus as well as the $750 Christmas bonus is Telissa Ayers. Yay!
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 To start our call off tonight, guys, we're going to have Telissa give her story, her It Works story for us.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, girl.
Okay. All right, guys, I'm very nervous, so excuse me if my voice is shaky, and I hope I don't forget anything. But hi, everybody. My name is Telissa. I am 24 years old. I have 4 children, and my oldest stepson is 7, and my youngest just turned 1 on Friday. So all my kiddos are below the age of 7. I work full-time, and I also am a full-time college student as well, and I do that at night. So needless to say, my life is very, very busy and very crazy. I signed up with It Works July 3rd. I found out about It Works, actually, the body wraps through Facebook. I never heard of the body wraps before, and one of my friends on Facebook posted something about it. Well, of course, it caught my attention. I was actually over 200 pounds, and I was at a plateau of 150. So I had came a long way, and I was stuck. Well, she posted this, so of course it caught my eye. Well, I was like, messaged her. I was like, tell me more about this. And she told me, I said, okay, I want to have a party. Well, before I got pregnant with my son, my husband and I were about to start our own business. And I found out I was pregnant, so we decided to wait. So when this came around and she was talking to me about it, I pretty much had an idea that if it worked, I was wanting to be a distributor as long as, the compensation plan. So I had my party. I had amazing results. So I told everybody at my party before we had the party that if it did work, I did want to be a distributor. Well, one of the girls that was at my party, she did decide she wanted to be a distributor as well. So as soon as the party was over, 3 days came around and we seen our results, we were sold. Hands down. But I am a very type that I need educated in something, and I did a lot of research because there's a lot of scams out there. So I did a lot of research, and it took me about a week. And about a week came around, and my friend that wanted to sign, she said, Telissa, are you ready? Are you ready to sign yet? And I was like, not yet. I need to wait just a little bit more research, and I'll be ready. And she said, no, you waited about a week. I think you're done. If you don't hurry up and sign, I'm going to sign, and you're going to go underneath me. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll sign. So I signed it as a distributor, and the next day we signed my friend as a distributor underneath me as well. Everything did go very fast for me, but let me tell you, it was not easy. It wasn't easy at all, but it did go fast. Within like 2 weeks, I think it came to the end of the month because my party was on the 3rd, but I didn't sign until like a week or so later. So I hit executive in like 2 weeks. After those 2 weeks, in my first calendar month, I hit emerald. But like I said, everything went very fast for me, and I had an upline tell me I was going crazy. I was like, this is the person contacting me. This is going on. What do I do? I was getting lost in it pretty much. And she was like, Telissa, this is what you do. She says, it's a crazy mess right now, but it's a good mess. She said, but what you got to do is make it an organized mess. So that's what I did. I got a calendar. I told my girls to get calendars, write everything down, because it does get crazy and you can get lost in that, especially following up with people. So I had to make it organized. So my second month was insane. Like I told you guys, I do go to college full-time at night, and at the time I was a store manager of a truck stop over about 8 employees, so I was on call 24/7. So I didn't have a lot of time, especially dealing with kids in sports. So I didn't have a lot of time. So I spent a lot of nights up late watching YouTube videos and doing a lot of self-development and messaging and talking to people. It was very hard for me. My husband, my family wasn't very supportive of me. So that's another driving force that was behind me, was to prove everybody wrong. But it was rough. It was not easy. By my first really full calendar month, I did hit Emerald. But in all that, there came a lot of hardship for me. I struggled. Where do I start? I signed up under a girl that was brand new. My party that I had a party with, my party, was her actual launch party. So I'm kind of like a sponge. I ask a ton of questions. I want to know a lot of answers, and I want to learn as fast as I can. Well, she was so brand new that she couldn't supply me with those answers. So in turn, I went to her upline. And her upline talked to me. We talked daily. We talked all the time. She gave me a lot of good information, and we became really close friends. Well, she lives about 30 minutes away from me. So we did a lot. I did a lot via phone. Like I said, YouTube videos, stuff like that. My first party was my launch party. I launched myself. My friend that signed underneath me that day, she went with me, and she helped support me, and she helped me in any way. So we did that together. My second party, the upline I reached out to, she came and she helped me. She critiqued me, taught me some more, and from then on in, I was on my own. I blitzed by instructions via phone. I did a lot on my own. From then on forward, at the beginning of the month I hit Emerald, I did have a lot of conflict towards the end. A lot of drama happened, and I lost the person that I reached out to and was my upline, and I lost somebody who I thought was my friend. So therefore, I was pretty bummed. But I thought to myself, Telissa, you can do this. You will do this. Just keep pushing. So my friends, my distributors lifted me up. I reached up to a higher upline who lifted me up. I almost quit. I almost threw in the towel and said I was done. I really did. I said I was done. And I almost gave it all up. And my distributor, my Emerald leg now that signed up right underneath me, she lifted me up and said, Telissa, don't do that. Do not give in. Just keep pushing. My higher upline told me to keep pushing. So that's what I did. And I pushed because I knew there were people against me, so I kept going. Well, I hit Emerald. My second month, guys, my second month was a very bad month for me. I didn't sign one distributor my second month. I think I signed 4 loyal customers, but I did not sign a distributor. Everything was really slow. Because of the month before and the conflict that had happened, I had lost a ruby leg. So my initial goal when I signed was to get that $10,000 bonus, but it felt like everything around me was crumbling around and that I wasn't going to be able to do it. I thought to myself, I was trying to rebuild. I didn't know what I was doing wrong. I got a little depressed, but, I talked to my higher upline, and I just was like, keep going, do not push. It was a continuous fight at home for me with my husband. So I was battling that as well. So it was like really like everything was against me, but I knew what I could do, and I knew what I was capable of doing, and I knew I could succeed. So I kept pushing. So my third month, October, at the beginning of October, I pushed like I never pushed before. I needed about 8 distributors to hit diamond, and I was like, this seems impossible. How am I going to pull this off? But we did. My team is amazing. I had a lot of team support. I had a lot of upline support. And in October, we signed as a team 9 distributors, and I personally signed 3. So it was huge. It was huge. October went by so fast. I pushed so hard. I partied my butt off. I rapped my butt off. I talked to people like crazy. And my team did as well. So, it's just not that I did this and I hit it in 3 months and I got $10,000 and I got $750. I did it. My team did it with me. My team did it as well. I could not have gotten to where I am, and I could not have gotten this bonus if I didn't have my team pushing me and supporting me right along with me pushing. So it was definitely a team effort. What I really want everybody to get out of my story is, even if you have stuff against you, like say your family's against you, your spouse is against you, it seems like you just want to give up, because I almost did give up. I almost threw in the towel. Don't do it. Keep pushing. You are worth this, and you can do this. And I did it. Anybody else can do it too. So if anybody is struggling or wants to give up, just please don't. Just keep going. Reach out to somebody, because somebody will listen to you and somebody wants to help you. And also know that you don't need an upline to succeed. You just need you, your thoughts, your drive, and your team. That's all you need. So I'm very thankful for everybody that has taught me and everybody that has talked to me, and I'm so thankful for my team. I love every single one of them. They're amazing ladies. And, yeah, that's it. And I'm so excited. So that's my story.
Awesome, Telissa. Thank you so much for sharing and being honest, and, basically being honest, because it's not always, a bed of roses. As much as we want it to be perfect, it's not always perfect. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And congratulations again. So excited for you. We're going to go ahead and move the call forward into charting and order transfers. I know that we have a lot of new people on the team because our team is growing so fast. I hope that all of you have actually seen what a chart looks like. If not, you can actually go to the document section in your eSuite and print out charts. I know a lot of the groups have charts in the file section at the top of the groups, like on mine, Wrapped by Heather Ratcliffe, in the file section, our documents, as well as Heather Nicholas's group. I'm sure Telissa has some in her group. Anyways, you can find these charts to look at. There's an executive chart, a ruby chart, emerald chart, diamond, double diamond, triple, all the way up to presidential. I encourage you, if you're new, to just start with the executive and ruby chart and not looking at the presidential, because it can be a little overwhelming when you see how many spots are on there. So mainly I want you to get familiar with the chart so you have the visual to get an understanding. So as you sign distributors, you're actually going to place them and fill their name in on this chart. And yes, you are trying to fill all the boxes. But the one thing I want you to remember is that you alone aren't filling boxes. As you sign distributors underneath you, they are filling boxes. So that's where communication comes in with your team, and the teamwork comes in, because as they're growing and you are growing, then y'all are filling this chart out together. So once you have names in your box, once you've started adding team members, then as the month progresses and you go into your eSuite, there are several different views that you can look at. My personal favorite is the Tree Viewer. and it will have a list on the left-hand side of all the distributors and loyal customers underneath you. There's also a little triangle-shaped like arrow to the left of somebody's name if they have anybody underneath them, whether it be a loyal customer or distributor. So if you click on that person's name, then you can actually go back to the right and click on volume, and it will tell you exactly how much volume that person has. So I like to write the names in and pen of people that I have on my team, and then I like to go back and write the volume in with pencil. And then I update it throughout the month, so I know exactly where I am and exactly where my people are. If I have that chart and I have it already filled out, then I can keep it in my purse. I can put it on my fridge. Normally it's in my purse, so I can refer back to it at any time. And I know, where's volume needed, who do I need to communicate with, that sort of thing. Charting just gives you a visual understanding that is just so much easier once you understand the chart. Heather, Telissa, y'all want to add something else about charting?
Oh, gosh. There's so much that goes into charting. I will be honest. There is so much that goes into charting, and you can literally get overwhelmed. Like Heather said, don't start looking up at the higher charts and start step by step. If you're a distributor, pull out the executive chart, okay, and realize that when you fill in that box can change. If you're sitting there waiting to do executive and you have 2 distributors there, and then you have a third one sign up, that third one may work more than one of the first 2. So your chart can change daily along with the volume or the person that you're using in a box. So just don't worry and think that chart is going to stay exactly the same. To be honest, when I was going from emerald to double diamond, it totally switched. The person that ended up being my emerald on that chart was not the person I originally had set as my emerald. It switched. So don't think it's set in stone when you first write it up. It might switch on you. And work with your sponsor or with one of us if your sponsor's new, your mentor's new. Get with us and let us know, and we can make sure that we're helping you chart so that you're not getting overwhelmed with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. And I second what Heather says, Heather Ratcliffe. always get it where you can see it. Like I have mine hanging on my wall, and a good pointer that I've been given is put it in even like a picture frame and then use like a dry erase marker, because like Heather Nicholas says, it's always changing. So therefore you're not wasting all that paper and, or use a pencil, but like mine's laminated and hanging on my wall. Or put it in a picture frame and use dry erase marker, so you can just always change it. But I also chart throughout the month. Some people just chart at the end of the month. I chart all throughout the month. I'm a charting freak. So.
Oh, that's awesome, though, because you always know where you are. There's no surprise because you don't start working at the end of the month. You start working at the beginning of the month.
Exactly.
So if you're already charting, then you already know where you are because the numbers change daily.
Yep.
What she was saying about the dry erase board, when I was going for diamond, my dad made me, I don't even know what it is. It's the same type material, kind of like his dry erase. It works like a dry erase board, but it's a 4x4 sheet, and it is still in my office, huge on the wall. I mean, huge. I could look at it across the room, all the way across my salon, and see exactly where I was. And I was so particular about updating my chart that the later it got in the month, when I would update, I would write to the side it was 9:47 a.m. So at a glance, I knew where I was at what time of day I was there. And I was a little obsessive, but it really, really helps you understand. And like Heather Nicholas said, definitely reach out. If you're new at charting, you don't understand, reach out to, an upline, a sideline, your sponsor, whomever. And, I've actually charted somebody for executive or Ruby or whatever, did it myself, took a picture of it, and sent it to them. So then they had a visual. So as I walked through step by step, okay, this is where I put this, and this is why, and this is what it means. So they could be looking at the exact same thing as me. we're all here to help. So nobody minds doing that and walking you through it until you get the hang of it. But charting will be your friend, your very good friend when you get the hang of it. Anybody, anything else on charting?
Well, I think that's probably good. Getting into the transferring part, though, that's going to be the fun part.
For transfers. Let me see how well I can explain this. Y'all may have to step in and help me. I'm sure I'll leave things out. Okay, basically, the only order that can't be transferred is your auto ship. You know, everybody has to run their auto ship, and it has to be the ABV to make you commission qualified. Okay, so you always retain that order. After that, any personal order that you make, whether it be because you need wraps in stock or your personal supply is low or whatever, the volume of that order can be transferred under another distributor that's underneath you on your team to give them more volume. So the point of doing this, for one thing, you get paid on the volume on the people underneath you. For another is it can help that person be at the 400 that they need. It can help with going back to your chart, with people being to 400 to maybe help with your rank. There's no reason for you to keep your orders. Now, when you're new at the beginning, and you just have one distributor underneath you, it's pretty much a no-brainer where you're going to transfer that order to. As you grow, it'll be something that you truly have to sit down and look at and think about to decide, you know, where you want to place that volume. Again, an upline, your sponsor, a sideline, somebody that understands the concept can help you determine where the best place to place the volume is. There's not always a right or wrong answer. A lot of times you have more than one option. So definitely talk through with somebody if you're not really sure about transferring the orders. Now, here's the main kicker about transferring orders. There is some guidelines with it, some limitations, I should say. You can transfer 5 orders per month, and the total volume of all 5 of those orders cannot exceed 1,000 BV. So another reason why you have to truly think about where you're going to place that volume. Also makes you think about not just ordering a single ball of fat fighters, maybe putting off your order a few days until you have more to order, because you don't want to waste a transfer for 23 BV. So it really makes you look at your ordering as part of your business. It makes you look at the whole, the bigger picture, and it makes you really think about each move that you make. Again, that doesn't mean that there's only one right or wrong move. A lot of times there are more than one option, but I would hate to see somebody waste volume points from their personal order by not transferring them down. Okay, ladies, y'all add in something because I know I'm leaving stuff out.
I would just say make sure that it's that it's not something you quickly do, that this is actually something you should really, really consider and be very smart about if you're going to transfer orders down. Now, typically, we haven't really spent so much time talking about transferring orders down, and the reason being is if you're teaching your girls to transfer orders down and they're teaching their girls to transfer orders down, your biggest line where most of your money is going to come in is going to be actually your 5th line. But if you're teaching everybody to fully transfer it down, and this is why I was kind of happy they brought in the 5 orders a month, all of your 5th line would start transferring it down, and you'd actually be losing money that would be yours if you were teaching the girls this. But at the same time, transferring is very important, especially when you're getting ready to rank or something like that. This was a huge thing. This is what helped us all rank up, was we made sure we saw where the volume needed to go, and we transferred that order down to help them rank up. So be very smart with when you are transferring, what you are transferring, where you're transferring, and just, like Heather said, talk to us, talk to your upline, and make an informed decision before you go ahead and do it.
Yeah, for sure. And when you place an order, you only have 24 hours to move that order.
Yes,
so you can't place an order and then forget about it and then come back later. It'll be too late. So you definitely, like Heather and Heather said, you have to really think about it and know that you're going to do it because you only have 24 hours. And now they used in the old system where you had to submit a ticket to transfer an order. Now they've made it easy where you don't have to. You just go to that order, and then there's an arrow down, and it'll say move, and it'll ask you to verify where. You type in the ID, and it'll automatically transfer to that person. So there's no more submitting tickets anymore.
Which is so much better.
Yes, it
yes.
is. Amazing. Yeah, for sure.
Heather Ratcliffe, could I just tag on a little bit to what you said about what you can transfer and can't? And you can correct me if I'm wrong. I know we can't transfer our auto shipments, but we can't transfer our product credits either, right?
Absolutely, yeah, you can't. The only thing you can transfer is, personal orders. Can't transfer LC orders either. Just strictly, you're going into your e-suite, you're about to make an order, the volume, and it's not your auto shipment, then the volume from that order can be transferred and that alone.
Right, because I've had girls call me and say, okay, I used my product credit. Now, who can I transfer it to? And I'm like, you can't transfer it. I'm sorry. I was like, dang. So I just wanted to make sure that everyone was aware of that.
Right, and you don't get BV for applicator rewards either. So you don't have a transfer for that either. Yes, thank you for pointing that out because I'd so forgot that point.
No problem.
Anything else on order transfers, ladies?
No, I think that's it for order transfers.
Okay. We can open it up if anybody has any questions.
Sorry, Heather. You want me to go over transferring down distributors and loyal customers?
We might as well, since we're on transfers, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I might as well add that in there. Along with transferring down orders, you can actually transfer down distributors and loyal customers to your downline, this is something that I thought was absolutely incredible when I first found out, and to make this company even much better, which means that you can help your team. Now, like I said with the order transfers, you need to really be smart on what you're doing. When I first started, I kind of just wanted to fill in those boxes, and I was kind of the type where I wanted to help every single person I brought in. And so I wanted to make sure I was placing underneath them, and I wanted to get them their distributor. I want to get them loyal customers. So I was literally placing far down my line. And it started creating something that I like to call the welfare system, where people started getting to the point where they were like, well, where's my distributor? Why haven't you given me one yet? So when I go and talk about distributors and loyal customers and transferring them down, I want you to make sure that you are making smart decisions on this. If you're going to transfer it down, make sure that you are actually giving it to somebody that is working it, somebody that is trying. You don't want to build somebody up that isn't working, and I did that. I built somebody up high in ranks that wasn't really working the business at all. And so now, okay, I guess you can transfer them from the back office, which is great. Trying to think of anything else I should kind of add. Oh, yeah. One of the biggest questions I've recently been asked is, can we sign up our husbands? Yes, you can, but they have to be directly underneath you. And one of the things we're going to suggest is that you do wait until you're at least diamond to sign them up. You could be like me. I signed my husband up when I was emerald. But you got to realize if your husband's not going to work it and you're going to try to work it for them, you're going to be working two businesses at once. So if you're going to sign up your husband, this is why we typically say to wait till you're at least diamond, because then you at least have your business already going, already kind of set, and it's not too much or too crazy to work kind of your husband's leg as well. I will say that if you start off in the beginning, it might get overwhelming if you sign them up right in the beginning when you first sign up. So I would wait till you at least hit diamond. You can before if you need it, like one more person, but they have to be in your front line. You can't put them down underneath any distributors underneath you. And the only other thing I think was we did double check that you cannot have an LC in your home. Well, you can. You'd earn like commissions, but you wouldn't earn any of the extra bonuses. They wouldn't count towards the applicator rewards. They wouldn't count towards like the Christmas bonuses or anything like that. So you'd only earn commissions off of them if they have the same address as you. But you can have more than one distributor with the same address. As I had when we were living with my mom, she was the same address. My husband was the same address, and of course me. So as distributors, you guys can have the same address. Anything you want to add, Heather, Telissa?
Isn't it like credit cards? Like if you want to use the same card as like you and your husband, are you allowed to do that?
Yes, we use the same credit card just because we have the same credit cards.
Right. Okay.
And you did say that you could transfer distributors from your back office, right?
Yes. They're right on the eSuite when you log in right now. Up top it says there's a training guide, and you can click right there on the training guide, and I suggest everybody save that. And that walks you through everything, how to get, how to change your auto ship, how to process order transfers, and how to switch your placements and things like that. So, I love the new system. I know it was a hard thing to add in, and we had a rough month with that, but the new system makes things so much easier.
Oh, it's absolutely easier not having to submit so many tickets because, there's so much to ourselves. So much
I'll
easier.
tell you what, when I first started, it was only about a month or two till they switched the system that most of you guys recognize. And the old website that we had, we didn't have anything like this. There was nothing like this. It was actually quite difficult to see your downline and everything like that. So they have grown a lot with just the systems that they've had in the past 2 years. So I can't wait to see how crazy it's going to be, in another year or two, what else they could add on.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Okay, I guess we're going to go ahead and open it up. If anybody has any questions, something we've confused you on or something that we didn't touch on, so you can unmute your line if you have a question to ask us.
To unmute, just go ahead and press *6, and that should get you unmuted.
Oh, come on, guys. Don't be shy. Nobody?
Okay, well, what I'm going to tell everybody is once we get off this call, I want you to go straight on and print off your next rank. So if you're a distributor, you should be printing off executive. If you're executive, you should be printing off Ruby, and so forth, so on. I want you to print off that sheet. I want you to fill it out. If you don't have any distributors yet, no problem. Don't worry about it. We'll fill those in. We will get there. So definitely get your sheets out and have them up somewhere near you where you can see it all the time. We kind of backed away from charting. We used to be crazy where in our groups we posted charts all the time. I would love to see that again because it lets us know where everybody's at. So if you want to take a picture of your chart and post them in the group, letting us know where you're at, or sending it directly to us in messages just so we can keep tabs and that way we know. Yeah. But you guys, seriously, if you have questions on anything, *6 will unmute you and you can pick our brains, I guess you could say.
Okay, guys. Well, I guess if nobody's going to talk, then, definitely following Heather Nicholas's tradition she started, please get on Facebook and post your aha moment for the call tonight, and make sure you tag your leaders. Remember that the corporate call is in a little less than an hour. I believe I saw it posted earlier. If not, it is always on myworksevents.com. You click on that day on the calendar, and all the corporate call information is on there. if you think of a question too shy to ask or something you think of later, feel free to message us, text us, call us, whatever. We're here to answer anything that we can. Thanks, everybody, for getting on the call, and everybody have a great night.
Good night, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.